Well, this next story, I'm a little hesitant to tell because it's kind of personal story, and I'm afraid that if I tell it, I might get some glory. But I just want to say right now, I'm telling this story not for my glory, not because of anything I did, but because of what God did, that God could receive the glory from me telling this story. Well, as a teenager, in my later teens, I heard a speaker. And this speaker, he talked about, in his own personal testimony, he talked about how you cannot outgive God. And he talked about how in his life he made two columns. One column he put God there, God's name at the top of that column. The second column he put his own name there. And then he kept a record of who gave how much and who was outgiving the other person. So if you go to the mail that day and he finds in the mailbox a check for $20, that there is a gift that God gave to him. So he writes in God's column $20. Now, God is up $20 and his column is still zero. So he goes and takes $50 and goes and gives that to a poor person or to somebody in need or to missions or gives that back to God in some way. And then he has $50. So now he's up $30 over God. Well, I was challenged by this sermon, this message, and I decided I'm going to take this challenge. He said, you cannot outgive God. And I'm going to take it and make it personal for my life. So I made a column of my life, a column for God, and a column for myself. And I kept record. Okay, now let's see who's going to outgive each other. And so God would give me something, and then I would go and give it back to God in some way, some shape or form. And so we had this little competition going on. And there for a while, I would be ahead, and then God would come and be ahead, and then I would be ahead, and then God would be ahead. It was neat to see and keep record of that, because it's neat to see how God was blessing and giving to me. And it was also neat to see how little I was helping other people, or how much. And anyway, after serving God in China for several years, I came back in the year 2011. And when I came back penniless. And after serving God for a few years over in China, I think I had a pretty big advantage over God. I had a pretty big advantage over God. And I would look at that and say, okay, God, I'm winning here. Anyways, what I would do, I didn't have a job, but as a way to make income, I would go to these antique sales and buy these big box lot of stamps. And I'd take it, and I'd take each stamp individually. I would sell the stamps individually on eBay. Well, there's this one stamp in there. It was a pretty old stamp, and I thought, this stamp's from the 1800s. I think I could get $100 on eBay, and that'll help to pay off the box lot of stamps. So I listed it on eBay, listed it for 99 cents. But then the bidding started. And by day 3, that stamp the bidding was over $3,000. And I started to get emails. I probably got 50 different messages and emails from different people on eBay. And they're saying, do you know what you have? Do you know what for stamp you have? That is a valuable and rare stamp. And I said, no, I don't know what it is. And they said, that stamp, there's only 90 of them known to be in existence. And we know where each one of those 90 are. But you have discovered number 91. I said, wow, I didn't know that. And then there's different people, they say, I'll give you $5,000 for that stamp. Close the auction now, $3,000, I'll give you $5,000 for it. Another person, I'll give you $7,000. Close the auction and I'll give you $7,000. Another one, I'll give you $11,000. Just close the auction, you won't get that much for it. I'll give you $11,000. And I said, no, I can't do that. I need to be honest to those that are bidding. And I'm going to see even if I only get $3,000 for it, I need to be honest to those that are bidding. I said, if you want it, go and bid. Well, the bidding went for a week, and the close of the auction, the last bid was $32,300. And I almost fell over when that happened. Because now, here, I thought I had one up on God. Now, God was way up on me. And my thoughts go back to what that speaker said way back when I was a teenager. He said, you cannot outgive God. Try it. So my challenge for you brothers and sisters, You cannot outgive God. And that money, I was then able to go and pass it on and bless other people. I was blessed by it, and I was able to bless other people. And then again, I was getting one up on God, and then God would bless me again. And again, I would use that for God's kingdom building. You cannot outgive God. Try it. God bless.